theme song.
Jeez.
You should look it up sometime. It's I don't really remember much of the show, but I remember the theme song.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of it either, but I do recognize as soon as you said it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's funny.
That is way too funny.
Like, the only thing I really remember, there's a meme that I've seen several times, and it's, thinking quickly, Dave constructed a megaphone out of some rope, a squirrel, and a megaphone.
Jeez.
Yes.
Wow. That's funny. That go in? Yeah. That's going. That's going. Just trying to get everything else turned on that I need on my side. Because, you know, why not? I think I got a slide, so let's just double check that. Got a slide with good. And
Only burned up one of my spell slots.
yeah, you can slap me later for that.
I know it was a good use for it to actually use a healing spell.
Yeah. Yep. I knew I burned one. I just couldn't remember on
Sorry,
what.
I got another one when I leveled up, so.
Yeah, I knew you did. So. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's what I needed to do. That's why that's not going to work. So let's go here. I set this up to 8.8.8.8. Sorry, I have to change the DNS setting. Okay, well, whatever. Burn. Let's restart that so that way it actually works.
I have dark vision.
So dark vision means you can see like up to 60 feet, but everything's grayscale, and you have no depth perception. So you don't know exactly how far something is, but you know that it's there.
Okay. I didn't know it didn't come with the depth perception part.
So,
like, I figured you wouldn't have color.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's... So let's just go this route, and let's just go... Why not? Are we on session 6 or session 7?
We're on 7 now.
Oh. Well, let's fix that in the Twitch then. Well, once that gets fixed, I will go ahead and bring us video live, and that way we can cause a little bit of chaos. So that's fixed, and slobs to helps when you actually press the right button.
You can press the auto kill button on all those slimes. That'll be fine.
Nope, that is not gonna happen. Good try though. Good try.
Can I cast command on you to make you do it?
Right? No, you're not supposed to ask. You're supposed to just do.
My favorite one that
swallow the slimes die.
Yeah, the favorite one that I saw was someone who was like, yeah, using command and just saying the word flee is no fun anymore. He goes, I say the word command and I tell him to Macarena. So for those that don't know, with command you can say one word and that's what they have to do, provided they pass a wisdom saving throw, I want to say of like 15. So yeah,
it actually gives you a list of what you can tell them to do now.
Yeah, it's more like guidelines.
It's like the pirate code.
Yeah, they're more like guidelines. All right, who wants to recap from last week?
We lost Kevin, and we went to town, started a new job, and right now we're killing some slimes on that job. think I did all the deeds. Not a ton happened, so.
Yes,
Yeah,
no
we
job
stuck
is
in the
too
ground.
dirty or slimy for us to take on.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. So, with right now the slimes that you're fighting, what have you learned?
Don't cast Shocking Grasp.
DM is evil. And it's no slashing either.
Hit them harder.
Hit them harder.
Fire is our friend.
Fire is our friend. That's about perfect. Well, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and go there. Now that's working. Yay. Okay. Well, we're in combat right now. We have this slime. Let's pull her here. This slime right now is up. I went through and renamed them just so I know which slime's taking what damage instead of just guessing, because why not? And dice. And now's your chance to go get your dice, or forever.
Time to set up my Tower of Doom.
Tower of Doom. Okay. Well,
Mostly my own.
Okay.
Get the dunce chairs out ready for your bad dice.
Yeah. Where's my D20? Okay, so this first one is going to reach out, and who's that? That's Dave, isn't it?
That's what the dice jail is for.
Dave, does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay. That brings us to this guy. And let's see here. He's going to take and move his 10 feet forward to get closer to the group. That brings us to Lashira. And then I've got a slime, and then Dave and Gray. So the nice thing is whatever one's right here on is who's up on deck. And then, well, that's funny. I didn't realize I cut that much off of the thing. So Lashira's up on deck. Remember, if you're making a flaming arrow, that's going to use an entire action because you didn't pre-make it. You didn't pre-prepare it. Yeah, I'll go with that. But you can still move. You lose your action. Okay.
I'm trying to remember if I ended making that arrow.
You did fire one.
Okay.
And then you missed. I want to say it's actually right here in this door.
Yeah.
So let's just do this. Being that you're not sure if you made it or not, I'm gonna roll a d20. If I roll higher than a 15, you already have one made. If I don't, so let's do this. Just because I like to do it this way when I'm rolling against you. If I roll less than a 15, you have to make one. Okay.
Okay.
So, ready? Fire. I don't know where it went, but it'll tell me. I rolled a 17. You have one made. So I'm gonna do, just going forward, anytime I'm saying, hey, if I roll higher than this, I'm just gonna roll on screen. That's probably a terrible idea, but it is very fair.
Okay.
So you have an arrow made.
I can't shoot and then also make one while running away, can I?
I will let you shoot, but you lose, and if you want to make another one, you will lose your movement. That is the sacrifice you guys will be making. If you want to make arrows during your turn after firing one, you will lose your movement.
Okay, so I'm gonna see which one have I been shooting at this whole time. Ooze number 1. Which one was ooze number 1? Dang it.
Ooze number 1 would be.
So it should be kind of close to me.
The east. It should be this one right.
Who's number 1? Please sign in.
Right?
It'd be this. It'd be this guy right there.
Okay, then that's not the one I live as number 1 then.
Wait, let me double check. Nope, it's this one. The one that's more north on the east side. So like here's east, north, here's just east,
I
south.
think the one I'm thinking of is the one that was like right next to me, I think. So I'm gonna go with that one that's in the middle of the room. I'm gonna shoot a fire arrow at the one that's directly center.
Okay, this one right there.
Yeah, let's do it.
So that's the south one. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Let me pull my sheet thing. I get plus, so 13.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And then a d6. So my bow itself did 7 damage, and then the fire on it, I don't know what I roll for that.
1d6. So you did 7 points of damage of piercing damage.
Yeah. And then 5 points of fire damage.
Okay. And then what do you want to move, or do you want to try making another one?
I think I'm going to try to make another one from where I'm at. Can I make multiple at once, or is that going to take several turns?
I will let you make two. I'll let you make 2 per action.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make 2 arrows for the next.
Okay. And I'm just making notes for myself. Okay, so maybe I'm being too gracious, maybe I'm not. Who cares? I'm having fun. So Lashira, that brings us to that south ooze that you just fired at. Let's see here. Who do we got for people? We have, being that you just fired at it, he's gonna take and move his 10 feet and get to, right there. Is he within 5 feet of you? Yes, he is, barely. Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Okay. So that's his. Dave.
Yeah, I have a couple of things in my inventory. So I've got some oil, and then I also have a couple of torches. I would really like to pull out 2 torches. I guess they would have to be lit then, wouldn't they? But I'd like to use 2 torches because I believe I'm right next to 2 characters.
Yes, you are.
Of the thing, so I'd like to pull out 2 torches and just kind of throw my oil in hopes that it like hits both of them. I want to hit both of them with my oil and then toss the torches at them.
Okay, so
I have no idea how to do what the damage would be.
Okay. Oil, when thrown as a flask, becomes an improvised weapon, so you have to roll the hit. When they're thrown, it will act as a 5-foot 5-foot spread. So are you throwing it at one of them, or are you throwing it in between them? Or you're trying to throw it right behind them? Because when you throw in the oil, anything that's within about this area, that little 5-foot diameter, is going to be affected by it. Okay?
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'll throw it right in between them then, because I mean they're basically touching. So I just kind of want to. I mean, my goal is to just. I want the torches to hit them while on fire. Is that going to be more than one action though? By doing the oil throw and the torches.
So, being that the torches, I'm going to assume that you know where they're at in your bag. So I'll use that as a free action. Just like previously, if you want to light the torches, I'm going to say it's either going to be movement or doing that. So if you want to throw the oil and then light a torch, you're going to give up your movement. Okay. So for the oil, just because you are trying to hit in between them, still roll for the attack.
Roll just a d20. Ooh, they updated things a little bit here. Okay.
Oh, I haven't looked at character sheets, so.
I got 2, so my oil doesn't hit. So torches don't matter. Well, can I still do something with the torches? Can I still light the torches and cook them?
So let's. So you're throwing the oil in between. You throw a total of a 2, or is it a 2 plus something? So it'd be like a 2 with an improvised weapon. It'd be a 2 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So 7 then.
Okay, so I'll say that you hit, but it didn't. It went a little bit further than you wanted. You landed about here, so you're able to get one of the 2 slimes with the oil. So I'll say you hit right about here. So you got this slime is covered in oil. This one is not.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I have both torches, so I'm gonna just can I still toss one at one and toss the other?
Yep, I will allow that.
Okay, yeah, so then I'll just toss my, I'll swiftly light my 2 torches and toss them.
Okay, so roll the hit with those, with one per each. Again, an improvised weapon, it's going to be 1d4, and then with it being on fire, it's going to add 1d6. And then if you hit, I'll say that it's good for 1 minute of combat, which is 10 rounds.
Okay, so the first one was 15 for hit.
Okay, so that one does hit.
Second one was 8.
That hits, but barely. So
yeah, and then it was what you said, and then what is the 1d4?
So
and
1d6? 1d4 for the, I'm gonna call it a bludgeoning damage, because it's a blunt object.
And then 1d6 for the fire damage?
Yes.
So I roll one of each.
Yep. So we're gonna do the east-south one first. So that's the 1d4 and the 1d6.
So 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then
and that would have been 6. I rolled a 6 on my d6 and then a 1 on the d4.
Wow.
So that would have one bludgeoning, 6 fire.
Okay. So, and then just keep track with that fire damage each turn for the next 10 rounds. For that slime, the one that I've got labeled as east-south, we'll do 1d6 of fire damage. Okay?
For each round?
Yes.
Were the other ones doing that too? Because the slime I've been fighting has been on fire for a few rounds.
With that flame, because she threw oil burns longer than a regular, than a regular arrow. The arrow's pretty much going to lodge in, do the initial fire, and then poo, okay? So on that other slime, the one labeled east-north, that's just 1d4 bludgeoning. How much damage does that one take?
1d4, okay.
Yep.
So, and I just rolled a 4 on that one.
Okay. Alright. So, Gray.
So the fire.
Oh, you lit both of them. Yep, you're right. So the other torch. Go ahead and roll the 1d6. You are correct, because I forgot that you lit both of them. So roll that 1d6.
So I'm tracking the fire damage.
It says arrows burn for 5 turns and flask oil is 1 minute.
Which is 10. Okay, so if that's what the rulebook says, so
that's what you told us last session. I wrote it down. Okay,
good. That is what I said last session is correct. So keep track of that. All right. So thank you, almighty note taker. So I need a d6 of fire damage, Dave.
Yeah, that one was 3.
Okay, 3.
So then I keep track because do I continue to roll as everybody takes turns? That's what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, every time you take your turn, you'll roll that.
I take my turn. Okay.
Either
Yes.
your turn or its turn. I'm not sure which. DM's discretion.
It'll be on your turn. Okay.
Okay,
So-
so when I go again this next time, he'll still be on fire and take damage.
Correct.
So not when everybody else goes.
Correct. Yep, because one round of combat is technically all of you guys attacking, because it's 6 seconds. We just, in order for everyone to say what they're doing during that 6 seconds, we kind of elongate it by saying, hey, like, what are you doing, Dave? Hey, Gray, what are you doing?
All right, Gray is going to pull a flask of oil out of his supplies, and he's going to go forward to that slime that's directly in front of him there. He's going to open the flask up, pour it all over him, and then light the oil on fire and then back out. That is the game plan.
You're on flyer. Cool. Okay, so you're within that. Opening up that flask, you know, that'll be that action. So go ahead and pour it, and then you're pretty much prepping someone else to bring the heat.
Yeah. Then, like we talked about last week, afterwards, what either action or bonus action to pour it out, and then either action or bonus action to light it.
Yep. So to pour it out will be the action. The bonus action, I'll let you be the lighting.
Okay.
Because you know,
So
again, you know where everything's at. So fire away.
Do I
No
roll
pun
the
intended.
hit, or just roll for the damage?
Being that you poured the oil out, then that technically just roll the damage.
Okay. And that's a 1d6, you said, right?
That is correct. And you're on
4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as soon as I light it on fire, I will use the rest of my movement to go back where I was.
Okay. So you had, how much movement do you got, sir? You were right back here.
Okay, so
You
I've
moved
only
25
got 30.
feet.
I've only got 5 more feet of movement, so just
Yes.
move me. Actually, move me 5. Move me 5 feet back.
Okay. And then are you using a disengage, like a disengage, or are we gonna let that opportunity attack? Okay.
Disengage.
Okay.
What's disengage do?
It allows me to go, since I'm a rogue, I can leave from being within melee without them getting a return attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Rogues and I think spiders get it, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. So that brings us to the slime that you just lit on fire. Let's see here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So let's go D4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going towards Lashira. It's 10 feet.
Hey, I had a hunter's mark on that one from when we left the thing. Wasn't it supposed to get extra damage?
What does Hunter Marks do? Is it just for
It
you?
says that if I hit, I get 1d6 of damage. Or does that only count because I put it on the last, when we left before, or does that only last that one turn?
So it stays on until Hunter's Mark stays on until either you die or it does, and then on a bonus action you can move that Hunter's Mark to another foe.
Okay, because I know the one I've been hitting is the one that has that on it. I wasn't sure if that's affecting it at all.
If you hit it, it should take extra. And that's one of those things where if you know that you have a thing, a condition on it, I'm trusting that you remember, and you're saying, hey, by the way, for the Hunter's Mark, I'm doing this much extra as well. Okay?
Well, I don't understand it, so I just kind of put it on it.
So if Hunter's Mark says that it's doing...
It says 1d6 of force damage.
Alright, let me just pull it up.
Because that was the last thing I did before we left.
So, Until the spell ends, you deal a 1d6 to the damage whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. So, yes, every turn you can do an extra 1d6 of damage to it.
So I just missed out on hitting it.
Yep, you did. So,
okay.
This one moved its 10 feet, and it is going to reach out and touch someone. Hopefully.
I wonder who.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So 2d6 of damage. Oof, the first one. So 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And 3 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us up to this one. Mr. Dave! Does a 13 hit?
No.
No.
I fended you off with my trench coat.
On your proprietary elevation platform. Okay. Well, that brings us to Zephyrin. Did I miss you in the last turn, Zeph? Or did it just take that long to get around? I think it just took that long to get around.
No, because I wasn't here. Like, I thought you were supposed to end on me at the last one. I thought I heard that when I was recapping at double speed, but...
You did a sacred flame arrow for 1 point a sacred flame thing for 1 point of damage, and then we ended session.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know that I was utterly depressing.
No, that was the DM's thing. His dice were mean.
Yeah, my dice are mean to both you and me. So, you're up. What do you wish to do? So you've got this slime's covered in oil, doing extra fire damage. This slime is covered in oil for extra fire damage. This one is not. This one is not. And this one is not. But I think you've got a radiant damage that does hit them.
Got a couple sources of radiant, actually. Just checking my spells here. Okay, I can cast that as a bonus action. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Run up next to Lashira.
Okay.
And I'm going to do two things here. Because I can cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to cast that on Lashira.
Until Lashira knows what that does, please explain.
Shimmering Field surrounds a creature of my choice within range, granting a +2 bonus to AC for its duration.
What's AC?
Your armor class. It makes it harder to hit you.
That would be nice. It would have hit me last turn. Cool.
Doesn't look like I have a roll to cast that. It's just a concentration spell, lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which means if you take damage, you have to roll to make sure that you keep your concentration.
Correct. Then I am also going to cast my Word of Radiance cantrip Burning radiance erupts from me in a 5-foot radius. Each creature of my choice that I can see must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
Within 5 feet, you said?
Yep.
So you can hit one of them for sure.
The other one's real close.
The other thing though is remember if you've got that much movement, you've only moved 10 feet.
You know what? I don't think I can get around and flank them without getting an attack, though.
Well, if you're already in melee, so if you move and stay in melee, they don't get a retaliation attack.
That is correct.
Okay. Then yeah, I've got 35 movement, so yeah, put me on the other side of them. Let me flank them.
So you're thinking right here? All right. So these two being flanked now will have advantage on the attacks from Lashira and Zeph and anyone else that wants to attack them ranged, okay? So now you can hit both of them, no problem, and you also don't have to worry about hitting Lashira.
Well, it's creatures of my choice, so I wouldn't hit her anyway.
No. So it's needed on my side.
They have to make a Constitution save of 13.
Constitution save of 13. Okay. Let's do this then. And where's my first one? Oof, I rolled a nat 1 on the first one. So I'm rolling for this one right now. So keep track. So roll the nat 1 on one. And I rolled a 16 on the other. So the one that I rolled on successes, it's half damage. Being that I critically failed, I'm gonna let you double damage.
Okay.
So the south one.
They take half. It just says they succeed or take the damage. So I think if they succeed, they don't get half of it.
Yeah.
But the one that failed has the oil burning from my flask, so we're still getting. It's still hurting anyway, so.
Yeah. So the one that took so roll your damage, and then I'm gonna double it.
Oh, I got a 1.
Lucky me. All right. Okay. So, anything else that you're able to do? Or are you just gonna Macarena?
That's both my actions and the movement, so.
Okay. So that brings us up to the one in front of Dave right here that's got the oil on it. Let's see here. Does he hit this time? Does a 12 hit?
No!
Ah! That's
You got distracted by my trench coat trinkets.
Okay, I am grabbing a better dice, because that is now what, the 12th, the 3rd or 4th time I've rolled a 12?
I like that dice. You can keep it.
How about not and say I didn't? Because
that's exactly what you're doing.
Just like you guys, I want to be able to have some fun and cause some pain. I didn't know that today would be the session I brought out the coffee cup that says Tears of My Players. Okay, well, knowing that he's no longer hitting you. Let's see here. He's gonna get right on the other side. And right to here. And he's still within melee range of Dave, so, baha. That brings us up to this guy. He's got so little that he can do. And you guys just move so fast. So he's gonna move right down to here. And that brings us to Lashira. Hi, Lashira.
Goody. I'm going to keep hitting that one on the right side of me. The one that has the hunter's mark on it.
Okay.
I'm going to, since he's already on fire, I don't think hitting him with another arrow increases that fire.
Nope.
I'm going to use my, the Thorn Whip. It has piercing damage as well.
Okay. And remember, he's flanked. You have advantage, which means roll 2 d20s, take the higher roll.
You're a d20? You're not. You're a d20. Okay. So that's an 18 or 17.
That does hit.
And a d6. Do this one. I got a 4. And then I have the d6 of Hunter's Mark.
Okay, roll that damage too.
All right, well, that one's going in jail. So this one. 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that guy. Where are you hiding at? So 10, 20, 30. Alright. This guy, as she hits that final Thorn Whip, you just see it burble up and explode outward. As it explodes in its death, let's see here. Oh, I am so sorry, Zeph. I just rolled a nat 20 for damage. And you take 8 points of acid damage.
That means I can move my Hunter's Mark onto that next slime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, using your bonus action, that is correct.
Sweet. Do I get to use it again on him, or do I have to wait till the next turn to start doing damage?
Next turn.
Next turn. If you can you put your hand in front of your camera and let your camera refocus on you? Why is your camera not focusing? Weird. Alright. So, anything else you're able to do, Lashira? Well, like you took your action and your bonus action. You want to do any movement?
That one's on fire too, though.
Yes, it is.
He has fire damage. No, wait, am I the one that got him on fire as well?
No, Zephyrin did.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I did?
With your whatever.
So,
that does radiant. I don't think that would light it on fire.
No, that won't light it on fire.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Back up a little bit toward the. I'm gonna back up toward the door.
Okay. How far do you want to back up?
But then Zeph would lose his flanking.
Mm-hmm. And you would also get an opportunity attack, which means that it could attack you.
Okay, I'm sitting here, and I still have 2 fire arrows waiting for me, so I'm just gonna stay, I guess.
Okay. That brings us up to Dave. Hi, Dave. Now you've got a slime in front of you and a slime behind you, which means that you are technically flanked, which means you have a disadvantage, but I suppose you're raging right now, correct? I think you started raging last session.
I did. I guess I don't know how long that would last.
Until you let it stop, which means until you no longer take an attack action. So the turn that you don't attack, then yes.
It just says until the start of my next turn.
Alright. That's wrong.
Oh, that's my Dragonic Cry. Sorry, just kidding.
I was gonna say, it should be something like until you go an entire round without being attacked or attacking.
Or attacking, yeah. Then you lose. Then you lose your rage.
So, fun fact: in the 2024 rulebook, it's until you no longer attack. In the 2014, it was either or.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
I mean,
the
my only
same thing after
experience with
visiting my
Baldur's Gate,
chiropractor. Or getting new orthopedic shoes.
So do I start by rolling for the fire that's already on them?
So the fire that's on this one, yes. So go ahead and start for your 1d6 of fire damage. Let's do the east-south one first. Okay. And for the east north, wow, he hasn't taken any damage yet. Okay.
4. He should have taken damage though. Didn't I? I hit one in the last one.
Did I mark it on the wrong one?
Yeah,
The
Dave
first
whacked
one
that
we-
one with a torch.
Oh, nope, I marked it on the wrong one. Nope, I marked it on the right one. I marked the 4 points on the wrong one on my spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, because both of them should have taken damage this on the last turn.
Yep, they did. There is a slime in here that hasn't taken any damage yet.
Got it. Okay.
All right,
Yet.
so now Dave, for your regular attack roll.
Yeah. I have 2 more torches. I would like to light some torches and chuck them.
Okay, so if you want, so you got a couple more torches, you're lighting them, you're throwing them. Okay, roll. Being that you're lighting them and throwing them, again, you're not going to get any movement.
That's fine.
So go ahead and they're already on fire, just so you know. It's not going to do additional fire damage. It will do, I will let it do bludgeoning damage.
If I may make a suggestion, Andy,
Andy?
or sorry, whatever your
Dave?
Dave, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got confused with someone else. Dave, if I may make a suggestion.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have dual wield or not, but you can use that torch as a bludgeoning weapon and hit them with it and do probably bludgeoning and fire damage at the same time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That was gonna be my next thought, was thinking about how to hit him. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I would like to
you
hit.
can bonk him with it.
Yeah, just bonk him.
Okay.
Let me take stuff up into my proprietary elevation platform so I can get taller than them and then just bonk them on the head like a third stooge. Like the
Whack a slime.
Yeah, whack a slime.
Okay, so you're gonna whack a slime with 2 torches as bludgeoning damage that are not lit. So it'll be, go ahead and roll the hit.
Because I can't do any more fire damage.
Yeah, because they're already burning.
Okay. Roll to hit, you said that's strength. So 18.
That hits. 1d4 damage as an improvised weapon.
4.
Okay, so that one takes 1, 2, 3. Okay, and on the other one that's right behind you, go ahead and roll the hit. Did you say you rolled a 6? Like total?
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 plus 5.
As you go to hit the slime, it engulfs and steals the torch out of your hand, and now it sucks it into it.
Oh no! Not my torch!
So you lost the torch.
Alright.
Okay.
Dave, you still have that hat of wizardry that allows a free cantrip.
Oh, the hat of wizardry! I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe next turn.
As Dave's looking up what the Hat of Wizardry does. Okay, to Mr.
Terrible.
Gray.
All right. I see a slime that I don't think has had anybody pay it any attention at all. Am I correct?
There is a slime that no one's paid any attention to yet because it's been trying to chase and to figure out how to get attack.
Now, point of order. The one that I poured the oil on to burn is the one that Lashira killed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't need to roll any more fire damage for it.
Correct.
All right. I'm going to take out another flask of oil. Second first, same as the first on this slime in front of me. Going to go up.
Okay.
Anoint it with oil. Not going to pray over it. Just going to anoint it with oil. Ignite the oil and then disengage and back up as far as I can.
Okay. So you move 10 feet already.
So I can move back another 20 feet after I do all that. So
you can go right.
Yeah.
Right there.
That'll work.
So being
now,
yep, roll.
I'll go ahead.
Roll damage.
I'll roll fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Another 4 points of fire damage.
Okay, and being that you poured oil on it, keep track of how many turns.
Yes.
Okay. That moves to this one. He is flanked. Let's see, who is it going to attack? Even or odd? Even, odd, even, odd.
I'm totally the odd one, aren't I?
No, Zeph is the odd one. And I rolled a 5, so... does a 9 hit?
No.
He's just gonna stay right here. That moves us to this one, right by Dave. I already know that doesn't hit. I rolled a total of 7.
No.
Yeah, I figured as much. And over to Zeph. No one wants to split the slime again? Jeez.
We have enough friends in this room.
I think we've carved up enough servings for enough helpings for everybody, so.
There's way too much snot on the floor that needs to get cleaned up.
The whole thing going through my head right now, I don't know whoever's watched the movie The Orville, or the television series. They've got that mechanic that's just a gelatinous goo. This is literally what it's reminding me of. So Zeph, what you doing?
I'm checking here. That's right, that's an action. Also an action. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just hit that one between me and Lashira with a Sacred Flame.
Okay. And that's the one where I have to...
The dex save of 13.
Dex save of a 13. And I have a... Oh, God. Oh, my God. I rolled a 3 minus 2, so a dirty 1. So I failed, so what happens?
It takes 2 radiant damage.
It takes 2 radiant damage. Okay.
Ugh.
Okay, anything else that you want to do?
Let me check something here real quick. That's gotta be maybe a little. Yep, that's an action, so I can't. Okay. Nope, that's all I've got. Because I can't make an attack with my mace also, so.
Okay. Well, let's reach out to this one. The one that's just south of Dave. Dirty 20. That hit Dave?
Yes. My trench coat stopped distracting him.
Well, you have 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Do with it as you will, being that you're raging. And 5 points of acid damage.
Oh, right, that cuts it in half, right?
You are correct.
Okay, so that was, what were the numbers again?
4 points of bludgeoning, which the
Okay.
rage will cut in half. The 5 points of acid. Okay.
Okay.
And let's go here. That's this guy. So this one's the one that has oil on it now. And he finally sees an opportunity to get to attack someone. So he's going to take like 6 feet of movement. And let's see here. Does this hit Zeph? Yeah, I love this dice. 22.
Yeah.
Okay. For 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 1 point of acid damage.
All right, I'm at 0.
So you're at okay.
I thought you weren't gonna kill us.
I didn't make any promises.
The first kill.
Well, you guys still. He
I'm not
has
dead
3.
yet.
I'm not dead yet. He still has 3 death saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone has the ability to heal him, give something in that aspect. Okay. So that brings us to Lashira. You just saw Zeph go down. You've got a slime right here and right here. I'm sure one of them, I don't remember who made one of them burn, so...
The one behind me, gray lit on fire.
Okay, so this one, the one that's labeled North Gray, on your turn, you'll be rolling damage for, okay?
Right.
So, the North-South one...
Yeah, I'm already ready for it.
Right.
Can I do cure wounds on him if I run up to him real quick? Like, would that bring him back?
Yes, it would. And being that that's a action, you'd only be able to have a bonus action left. Okay?
Okay. I'm going to cure wounds. That's how much distance was that travel?
5 feet.
That's only about 5 feet.
Okay. So that is 2d8. I gotta find a d8. Those look different. I've never used them before.
They look like 2 little pyramids. Yep, that's it. Looks like a D8.
Alright, 2d8 plus 2.
Yeah.
So that is 13 health.
Wow.
Nice.
That is a heck of a roll for a couple of
Can
D8.
I grab him and drag him back as far as I possibly can go?
Okay.
Where's my feline agility thing where I get double movement?
If I roll a 15 or higher, I will let you drag him back and use the rest of your movement, okay?
Okay.
No. I rolled an 11.
But now I'm back up at 13.
Yeah. So the nice thing is that with him being a cleric, he can heal himself. He can he can heal a bunch of things.
Yeah, and I can't do my bonus action doesn't count unless I actually smack them first, doesn't it? For Hunter's Mark. Or
Yeah,
does it keep
that is
hitting them?
correct. It's until your spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit the target with a weapon attack.
All right, so I'm gonna back up a bit, like so to the corner, the left corner. So that
Right here.
that side, yeah, right there.
Just so
Hopefully,
you know,
Zeph will move a little bit.
this one, as it passes you, is going to get an opportunity attack against you. No, it's not.
Let him try.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. No dying.
No dying. All right. That brings us to Dave. Hi, Dave.
If silently remembered, I have a hat of wizardry, so I'd like to throw that on.
Okay.
And then, so I have to make a DC 10 intelligence check, Arcana. So do I? So I just roll a D10 for that? I thought checks were done with 20. So
They're
Yeah,
done
DC
with
10
20.
is what you're trying to hit.
Yes.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. So 18.
Okay, that definitely is a pass.
Okay, yep. So I would like to cast Firebolt.
Good choice.
Okay. Which one are you casting it on? The one in front of you or the one behind you?
The one in front of me.
This one? Okay, east, north. Okay.
Yep. And then... So then do I still have to roll a hit?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Oh no. Does a 1 hit?
No. Because I'm pretty sure Firebolt is... Let me just double check if that's just one that happens or if that is one to... Before I say... It's been a minute since I've played a wizard. Casting time is... Make a range attack on a... Nope, that one's the one where you have to roll the hit. So yeah, sorry to tell you this. That Firebolt, with you being on your proprietary the elevation platform, goes right over the top of his head. Not even just like a couple inches, like an entire foot. You see it go through. Come on, Tom. It goes over his head and scorches the corner of this pillar. In fact, it's so bad, the hat of wizardry, just like the hat in Harry Potter, you hear it laughing in your mind.
I mean, it's kind of a laughable hat. Because I have to it's like a double. I have to roll. You have to roll for it to see if the hat will work. And then you have to roll the hit. And then you have to hope that hit does any damage. That's a terrible hat, because now I just wasted my whole move. Alright. Wow, I can't use the hat again, and that is my action. So
Run away!
Did you say you can't use the hat again?
No, you can't use this property again until you finish the long rest. So it says here that if this, if you do the check, if the check succeeds, you cast the spell. If the check fails, so does the spell, and the action is wasted. In either case, you can't use this property again until you finish the long rest.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay. So is there anything else you want to do in your turn? Any bonus action? Any movement? Or are you just going to stay right here while the hat laughs at you in your mind?
No, there isn't really anything else I can do.
Okay. Mr. Gray.
All right, quick question. How much distance is there between me and the green slime that is behind Dave?
The green slime that is behind Dave. Okay.
Yeah.
M3. 17. 25 feet of movement, roughly.
Okay. Here's what I want to do. If I remember right, at that corner there, near where that slime is the arrow that's sticking in the wall when Lashira tried to fire a fire arrow and missed.
It is in this corner.
Correct?
Right here.
What I want to do is I'm going to approach, pull that arrow out of the wall, and then I'm going to use it like a dagger to stab that slime with it.
And I'm pretty sure this is the last of the 5 turns that it's burning.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Okay. So it's gonna have the 1d4 piercing damage and the 1d6 of fire damage. Okay. As you're running past.
No, wait.
To keep it as your, to keep it as a bonus action, roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Okay.
The one that's behind me, that one's also on fire because of Gray. Did we roll that one's damage?
Don't worry, we will.
I haven't yet. Okay, that would be an 18 on the sleight of hand.
You are able to pull it through like it was just hot butter. No.
And 3 points of damage, fire damage on the other slime.
All right, so 3 points of east south is this one. So 3 points of piercing damage. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then how much for fire?
All right. That was the fire damage on the one that had the oil put on it. My previous turn that I just told you. The 3 points.
Oh, that's on this one. Okay,
that's on this one. Yeah. Now
that is on north. Okay.
So what I'm going to do now? Okay, the arrow is 1d4 of damage. You said, right?
Correct.
Plus, since I have flanking going on with there, I'm going to also be rolling for sneak attack damage.
Okay.
So, let me roll all my dice here.
Oh God!
All right.
Get him, Gray.
Yes.
So that would be a 10. That would be a 10 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So that'll be 3 points of piercing damage from the arrow.
Okay.
And an additional 9 points of damage from the sneak attack. And then I will disengage and get and go back the same direction I came as far as I can.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this. As that sneak attack damage hits, this one explodes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Nicely.
Does a 19 hit for both you and Dave?
19 definitely hits me.
How does a 19 not hit you, Dave?
It does.
Okay. Well, you guys both take 6 points of acid damage.
And I collapse to the floor.
And I cut that in half, so...
No, not acid damage. It's piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning.
Oh.
And with that acid damage, I am down because I was only at 3 hit points. That's why I was doing all the disengaging.
Okay, so Gray is down. Zeph is up. That brings us to this slime.
For the moment. For the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Who's this one? North south, being that he's right next to someone, and these guys aren't very intelligent. He's just gonna. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. That brings us up to the one in front of Dave. A 7 I already know does not hit Dave. That brings us to Zeph.
Oh, but I have this. Okay, so I'm gonna, I assume Gray, though he goes down and he does many things silently, does not fall silently.
Considering he's carrying a short sword and 2 daggers on him, yeah, you probably hear at least one of those hit this floor.
Okay. I'm also going to use the fact that I'm trying to keep an eye on both the things flanking me, that I can see him go down. And I'm going to, hold my holy symbol up and tell him that Ilmater is not yet done with him, and I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
With my final spell slot.
And that's one of those where you have to move to him?
Nope. Healing Word is a creature of my choice I can see within 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely within 60 feet.
So, do your thing.
I healed you for 7. It's not a lot, but it gets you back on your feet.
For how many?
7.
7. Okay, well, that's better than what I was.
And that was a bonus action for me.
What?
Oh,
Healing
right.
word's a bonus action?
Yeah, healing word's a bonus action. And also, I have that from Magic Initiate that did not use my spell slot. Aha.
Okay.
Which is good. I'm going to now use Word of Radiance since I have two
Calm
things
down.
on either side of me.
Okay. Oh, that's the one that does the
Con save of 13, or they take damage.
and within 5 feet, so both of them. Okay,
Yep.
so con save of 13. Dirty 20 on this guy, and on the other one, a 4. So okay, so north south. How much damage does it take?
2.
Ooh, big damage dealer.
Yeah. I'm a cleric. I'm so good at causing harm.
Run away and just go heal people and run in circles.
Okay, well that brings us up to
I don't
this
really want
one.
to get an opportunity with advantage.
Yeah. Well, being that they do have advantage on you. I am sorry. I rolled a nat 20.
You're not sorry.
Remember the
bad,
sign
okay.
that I used to keep above my desk at Max Botics of "Don't be sorry. There's enough sorry people in this world."
I don't actually remember that one.
Well, there's 5 times 2, so 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And 6 points of acid damage.
Alright, I am down again.
Don't worry, I'm close by.
Welcome to the Disorderly Dice Physical Fitness Program. Up, down, up, down, up. Hi, Lashira, it is your turn. And then Dave, and then Gray.
Okay, I'm going to go up to him and heal him again.
Okay, and that'll use 13 feet of your movement.
And 2d8s again. Where'd it go? There it is. You only get 12 this time. Use them wisely.
Is there anything else that you like
if
to
I
do?
wasn't getting crit.
I'm gonna try to drag him out again.
Okay, so same as last time. If I roll a 15 or higher, you can drag him. Even though he's already up. Is this one of those, like, you're dragging him against his will?
Come with me if you want to live.
Oh! Okay, so being that I rolled a nat 20 on a digital screen, which, if Rory ever sees this, knows how hard that is to do,
Yeah.
you will not get an opportunity attack against either of you.
So I'm gonna pull him behind the pillar back toward that corner, I think, so that we can stay in the room. No,
Okay,
go
so-
that way so I have a longer way to go. Yeah,
This
that way.
way? Okay.
Pull him that way as far as I possibly can. Can I use my feline agility for double?
Not when you're dragging someone.
Darn.
Hey, come here. Good. So you want these two? Come on. So I will let you get to about there.
Yeah. Stay alive.
Stay alive. You have come with me, now you shall live.
Okay, now we're gonna dart around the room and make it so they can't touch us.
Alright.
Hiding.
Dave!
Ooh, we got one slime. And he's not on fire anymore either, is he?
I don't know how many darts spin. I'm not keeping track of that. That's your job.
Well, my bad. I wasn't keeping track either.
Then he's not on fire.
No, he's not on fire. So I would like to just light a single torch
Okay.
and and toss it at him.
So you're gonna light a single torch, and he's close enough where you can just bonk him with it.
Well, I could have. That was to do the fire damage. So yeah, let
Yeah.
me just bonk him with it then instead. So then
Okay.
it's
Roll the hit.
rolling to hit. Three.
A total of 3? Which means... Was that, or just a 3 on the dice?
I mean, that was a 3 on the dice.
Plus whatever your strength modifier is.
Oh, doing it wrong the whole time. 8.
That does hit.
Okay. And we got a D4 and a D6.
Yep.
So we got 4 on the D4. That's the bludgeoning,
Okay.
and wow, and a 6 on the fire. Look at that! Wow, we're just rolling well for damage here, I guess.
About time, though. Okay.
Good thing
Anything
somebody is.
Anything else that you
Yeah.
want to do? Any bonus
Well, I
action,
can't move
reaction?
because I lit my torch.
Oh, I suppose so. That means.
So I'm yeah. So I mean I can't move either. So I'll just stay right there.
Hooray! Wait, you're down. So no, you're back up, aren't
No,
you? 'Cause
I'm
you
back.
got heal.
I'm back up. All
Okay.
right. I'm going to pull out. Let's see. All right. First of all, I rolled ahead of time for the fire damage for the one that's got the oil going.
Okay, so that's
For
north.
5.
Okay,
Yeah,
so north
for 5.
takes 5.
5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And now, try to help improve the odds. I'm going to sneak up to it and stab it with one of my daggers.
And that's piercing damage, correct?
Piercing, yes.
Okay.
And since no one else is there, I'm despite my best sneaking efforts, I'm probably not going to get sneak attack on this. Am I correct?
Nope, because no one else is near it.
Okay, just want to make sure I was interpreting correctly. All right, does an 11 hit?
Yes.
Okay, for 2 points of stabby.
Okay.
Then I would disengage and move back.
Okay, so you moved already 7 feet.
All right, so let's go ahead and move.
So you've got what, like another 23 feet of movement?
Let's see, I've got a total of 30. So if I moved, how much before again?
You move 7.
So I've got another 23. So move me about 20 feet back.
Okay, where would you
23.
like to go?
That'll work.
All right,
Right
so
there.
right here. Okay.
Right there. I want to make sure that I am not within their stomping range.
Okay.
I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Use the pew pews.
1, 3. He's gonna move right there on that cross piece. I'm pretty sure that's not. Yeah, he's just outside of 5 feet. It's one in front of Dave. Now, can I roll again to hit Dave? Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Yes. $10 points of bludgeoning damage. Do with it as you will. And 1 point of acid damage. Okay.
I am not doing very well.
Okay, and of course no one can see you right now, so they don't know what condition you're in. Zeph!
Unless you scream.
Ah,
Ah! You are up on deck, sir.
All right. I'm going to first, because I know firsthand these things explode. So I would like to back up into, or closer to the corner of the room while still keeping line of sight on the one that's in front of me.
So you're thinking about like right over in here?
Not quite that far. but far enough to be around the pillar.
Okay, so about there, you thinking? So that'll put you around the pillar. That'll give you a little bit of a line of sight. You can see Zeph.
And then I'm going to hit it with a Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So Dex save 13.
With doing Dex save with a 4. So
1 damage.
Carving away with it. Okay, awesome.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move up over by Gray.
Okay, so you took 12 feet of movement?
Yep, I've got 35 total.
Oh yeah, the piece of cake, you can get up by Gray. Is that where you want to be, or do you want to be a little bit more? Because you've got another 5-ish feet.
Put me on the other side of Gray.
Okay, I'll put you right there then.
Gotta go check on our barbarian.
It's your turn to heal people.
Okay, so
I got 1 spell slot left.
This one, seeing that Dave's not doing the best, is gonna go right to here.
Can we only use 3 spells per combat like?
I've only got so many spell slots.
So with
Depends how
spells,
many slots you got.
yeah, it depends on spell slots and how many you have, and they don't reset to you either. So until you take a long rest, and if you take a short,
each time I used it counts a slot.
Yep.
Unless it's a cantrip, and then that doesn't count.
Yep.
Yeah, or if you're a warlock, you get those back on a short rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say with a short rest, I think you only get back like your level 1 spell slots, if I remember correctly. So North moved closer to Dave. Lashira, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to not follow the group. I'm going to go toward... Wait. I'm going to grab one of the flaming arrows that are still lit in my inventory. Shoot that little sucker.
Okay. So roll the hit.
20.
Like dirty or nat?
That's not nat 20. Does it hit?
Nice.
Oh yeah, that hits, and that's gonna do. So with the piercing damage, it'll do double piercing damage. Okay. So roll your damage on the D4. So you have
D4. Mine's a D6.
Oh, that's right. You have an actual arrow.
Yeah, I'm shooting arrows.
And this one has the hunter's mark on it.
So you have the D6 of the arrow times 2, the D6 of the hunter's mark, and the D6 of the fire.
Okay, so
the arrow is going to do the double damage because that's the blunt trauma.
So it'd be 6. That's 12 on the arrow.
Okay, so north, south, so 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. D6 hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark is going to hit a 3.
Okay.
And then the fire is a D4, isn't it?
No, that's been a D6 as well.
Okay, so let's do again. 6.
Wow.
Another one bites the dust. Right?
Nope. But keep track of now that he's got a fire arrow in it. Keep track of that. Okay.
Oh wait, I'm moving. I am moving away from that little sucker. I'm going to go across to the other pillar.
Okay.
I'm going to start heading. So the other corner.
Do you want to move over here?
Yeah, far enough away that he can't hit me though. So if I'm...
So you know that he's going to be about 5 feet, so you're going to be I'm going
to go around it, going around it, to the other side of the room.
How much movement do you get? That'll put you right about here. Right? With 30 feet of movement?
Yeah, because I don't think I can do my agility right now.
Nope, I'm pretty sure that's a... Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't even list as a bonus action though. It just says I have it.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay.
Mr. Dave.
I'm gonna get slappy. I would like to...
Let's do this. He's on fire, right? Because you hit him with a torch?
Yep.
Okay, roll the fire damage first.
Oh, yeah. 3.
Okay. Okay.
He's on
Now,
fire, so I probably shouldn't slap him with my sleeve. I'm just gonna take another torch, and I'm gonna bonk him on the noggin a little again.
okay, roll the hit.
19,
That does hit.
and this would just be the D4 for the bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, I got a 4. The
Nice.
little D4's been just really kind to me today.
1, 2.
And I'm gonna stay where I'm at because I don't want the. Oh gosh, where do I move? I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm not very smart, but I'm gonna do it.
Where are you moving to?
I just want to get out of their range.
And you get
Yeah, I feel
25
that
feet
way.
of movement, so I'm just showing her a bubble of where she can move. With your 25 feet of movement. So that's your bubble of movement.
And if I pass that other one, he'll get an opportunity attack as well, won't he?
Uh-huh.
If you run over to the other side of the pillar, the side that Gray and I are on, we can help you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, move me towards them. I know that I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna get hit either way, or have an opportunity for a hit either way.
Alright, so the opportunity attack does a 16 hit.
Yes.
4 points of bludgeoning. Hey, when you're on you're raging, right? Did you add the 2 points of raging damage to your attacks?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna add it. So before, let's say that you haven't moved yet. Okay, you're right here. Being that you didn't add your 2 points of rage damage to that attack, and I just remembered this one. As you hit it, you go to bonk onto the head. This one explodes. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
Oof, 17 hit. I know that. So
Yep.
for 2 points of acid damage.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I'm hurting real bad. If anything, I might be even like laying. I definitely am on a knee or something.
But you're still above 0 so you can still move,
Yeah.
correct? So you can still take your
I
movement
guess
over
I
here.
can still move. Yeah, I'm not at 0 yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess moving me as close to them guys as you can if I can know that they're there. Yeah.
The nice thing is when they do the acid attack, it's better than an opportunity attack. 'Cause the opportunity is 2d6 plus 3 and 1d6 plus.
Right.
Something.
I suppose that is better. Can't believe I forgot to add that 2 points this whole time.
Well, the nice thing is you're still raging, so don't forget about that. So great,
Okay.
your turn.
All right, I'm going to move about 10 feet back towards the wall
Okay, piece of cake.
and position myself in a way that I have a arrow shot at that one right there.
So that's
By
the
the
one.
way,
That's north. That's the one they did.
I pre-rolled. Got it's taking another 6 points of fire damage.
Jeez.
One more and it'll be the oil will be done.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I should
And
probably
then
note that this one's dead.
And as I move back and I get in that position, I'm going to be making myself a fire arrow.
Okay. And you should have a good line of sight. I'm just gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
If
You
I-
Two of
if I-
them.
Can I make two at a time, or is it
I
just
will-
one at a time, right?
Yep. I'll let you make 2 per turn, but that'll take up your whatever movement that you have left.
Okay, fine.
So
I'll
okay.
go ahead and make two. I'll go ahead and make 2 then.
Alright.
I'm just
That-
getting myself in position.
Yep. That's fine. All right. So north south, he sees this one. He's gonna move more towards him. Right there.
Oh, nice. I may
That-
have a shot at 2.
Not quite. Zephyrin, your turn. You do see this one though. The other one you cannot.
Okay. I'm gonna run over to Dave. And I'm gonna give Dave some cure wounds.
You're gonna reach out and touch someone?
Yes. I'm gonna lay on hands, which is an entirely different move, but if I could roll at all decently today, that would be great. 9 HP, Dave.
Thank you.
Then also, let's see here, let me check my.
Okay, so you took already. Took about 12 feet of movement already.
This is an action. Sacred Flame is also an action. Actually, let me run back to Gray.
Okay. That'll give you another 15 feet, so you're at 27 feet of movement.
And I'm gonna. Oh, that's an action too. Never mind. I was gonna give you guidance, Gray, but it's also an action.
No worries. No worries. It's okay. I appreciate it though.
Alright. Unless you're. Are they within how far? Okay. Don't mind the DM just randomly rolling dice. Unless you're
Can I see? I can see that one perfectly, right?
Yeah, you should be
So
able to.
the one I have Hunter's Mark on, I'm going to shoot it with a normal arrow since he's already on fire.
Okay.
So that
That's
one needs a
the
break.
North south. Okay.
And shit, where's my shoot? I had to do my thingy. It's 6. Does a 6 hit?
That's a total of 6.
Yeah, I got a nat 1.
Yeah, that doesn't hit at all.
Okay, but he still has the fire damage.
Yep.
That will at least do something, even if hunters can't. Yellow dice are evil.
So you can
I
provide
got a
team
6.
dice.
Hey, it got me 20s.
5. Okay. Anything else that you want to do this turn?
No, I'm staying here.
Dave! Followed by Gray. So you're behind the pillar, you don't see anything right now where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I want to scooch on over, and then I'll see that slime there.
So you're thinking like right about here? So just think, if you don't do any attack this turn, you're gonna lose your rage.
Right. Yeah, I need to attack something for sure. So yeah, definitely that'd be a fine place. And I still have the last oh my gosh, torch in my hand. I guess I wouldn't know. Can I tell if this slime's on fire or not?
This one is on fire, yes.
It is on fire. Okay.
In fact, I'm pretty sure both slimes are now are on fire.
Yeah.
They are. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get bonky. Just keep knocking him in the head with my torches, I guess.
Okay, roll the hit.
I'm totally imagining you with a bat swinging it.
17.
That does hit.
And then we'll just be doing bludgeoning here. Ugh, sad. 1.
Plus your rage damage for 3.
3. Yep.
Okay.
And I'll move.
How many feet of movement do you have? Because this is 25 from where you were.
Oh, that was 25 that I have. I have 30 feet.
Okay. So you're gonna move.
No, that's not worth it. I don't think that puts me out of range enough. So I'll just stay where
Alright.
Oh, wait, but no, I'm probably in somebody else's way. Can you just scooch me over enough to be out of the way, but not an opportunity for a hit?
I can put you like right here. Let's see here. Let's see here. 5 feet of movement. I can put you right about here, and then that'll give that won't leave an opportunity attack, but that will let the ranged people fire away. So, Gray.
All right, I pre-rolled for the fire damage for the last time on the one I put the oil on.
Okay, which is this north. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be, and it's 5 points of fire damage.
2, 3, 4. Okay.
And now I will take one of the fire arrows and I'll shoot at the one that I've got the straight line of sight at.
Okay, which pretty much means you're reigniting it on fire, but just not for 10 rounds of combat. Okay, roll the hit.
Okay. All right, does a 14 hit?
That does hit.
Okay. So let's see, the short bow is 1d6. So 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay. 2, 3.
And it's
4.
already on fire, so it's not going to take additional fire damage from. All right, dumb and stupid question department.
Well, being that you just rolled the last fire damage on that oil, correct? So the 10 rounds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is this the same one, or is that the other one?
It was on the north, so
yeah.
Go ahead and roll the fire damage, because I would assume that after your turn, it would you're reigniting it.
Okay. All right, so that will be a whole 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
All right, now point of order question.
Okay.
With where Dave is right now, would that attack with the bow be considered a sneak attack since there's someone next to them?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Because sneak
attack another additional 8 points of sneak attack damage.
Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That brings us up to this one. He's gonna get right up to here. Oh my gosh. I rolled a nat 1. So, question for you, Dave, because he was attacking you and he rolled a nat 1. How would you handle it what would you like to see this guy do, being that he rolled a nat 1 trying to attack you?
Self-ignite.
He's already on fire.
Oh, that's right.
Explode.
As he went to get slapped, his arm just melts. And you just start seeing him just slowly getting lower.
Alright, so that's north.
Like a melted candle.
Alright, so he rolls a nat 1. You said he reaches out to hit you. Instead, he does damage to himself for 3 points of damage. Because, just your proprietary elevation platform and that beautiful trench coat scares him that much.
Why are you hitting yourself?
That's pretty much what just happened.
Climber hurt itself out of confusion.
Swing and a miss.
Zephyrin, you are up.
All right.
Now you can see both slimes.
I think my best option here is just to Sacred Flame, and we'll do the one nearest to me and Gray.
Okay. Roll the hit. Oh wait, that's the one where I have to do a dex saving throw, don't I?
Yeah, do dex.
Yep. Dex save 13.
10.
Three damage. Radiant.
Well, as you do that damage, Dave, I'm sorry. Nope, not another nat 1 as it explodes. It does not hit you. Okay, let's shoot. Anything else you want to do, Zeph?
I think that's all I've got I can do at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, because my two possible bonus actions are both spells, and I am out of those.
Okay. Lashira, you are up.
I still have a clear line of sight, right? Or did they move out of my sight?
Well, let's see here. You would still have a clear line of sight.
Yeah, I'm shooting it.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Can I use my clockwork thingy?
What does it do?
It gives me 10 plus my modifier, so 15.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So that hit.
That's a very well executed use of that.
This thing's gonna die. I got an 8 in piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus 4 of the fire that's still on it, and then my hunter's mark.
Doesn't matter. As soon as you hit it, it explodes.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna keep rolling until that thing died.
Dave, does a 14 hit? Dave.
Yo, Dave.
Does a 14 hit?
Sorry, I thought you said a different name. No, it does not.
Okay.
Oh.
And you guys are now, as the last slime dies, the room, you don't hear any bubbling, goes quiet. And with that, let's go ahead and take our 5-minute break. And we will get into dealing with this empty room.
And I add 1 unused fire arrow to my inventory, just in case.
I have one too.
Not a bad idea.
Wow. Just wow.
All right, be right back. Time to get some more diet water. I was worried we weren't going to make it through that.
Oh no, the healer keeps going down. The healer got abandoned and flanked.
Yeah. I got knocked down to 3 early, though. I just went into full rogue mode. Go in, attack, get out. Go in, attack, get out. Disengage.
Oh, we had the benefit that these creatures were really slow.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was taking advantage of. It's like the only way I'm going to survive is to make sure that I'm either doing the sneak thing
reach.
or I'm hitting them up for outside. Yeah. Because I didn't know shocking grasp would cause them to split. And I hit one with it and it happens like, oh no.
Yeah,
I am in trouble.
Because I have that cantrip also.
Yeah.
Mr. Tom.
Yes?
I have something I think you'll enjoy.
Oh, don't worry. That's something I think you guys are going to laugh at.
Check out my snap clip, or my snack clip.
I have that as a sticker on one of my laptops. So, I have an apology to make to all 3 of you guys, and I just told my better half this.
Oh.
I was properly fully reading the Akra Jelly, because last session I didn't get a chance to fully read it, and I just kind of went with it after missing the last sentence. Those jellies, upon splitting in half, were supposed to, each one was supposed to have half HP.
I wondered about that, but I didn't know if maybe things had changed with 2024, so...
Nope, I made a terrible mistake, so I apologize for making the fight unnecessarily hard and long.
So you're gonna pay us all, right?
Because of the DM mistake, I will. Each one of you can get a 1d4 inspiration to use at your leisure this session. Okay.
Oh.
Because the DM royally messed up and made a fight unnecessarily hard and almost killed someone 3 times.
Thought it was like, like a weeble wobble. They weeble and they wobble and they don't fall down.
Oh yeah, thank goodness for healing. So you're like, no one else fall down. I can only do it one more time. Zeph.
That's why he kept using disengage to go up and go back, go up and go back. It's like I knew I was down to 3.
That's why I couldn't leave him. I'm like, if I leave and get too far, he's just gonna stay down.
So sorry, not sorry. Let's see here. Let's double check. I gotta pull up my map quickly of this temple. So.
We're in a temple.
Now that we got this cleared out, we can do some better investigating of this place.
Okay. So the floor is yours. Now that you don't hear any bubbling or oozing of anything, the room is kind of silent and a little echoey. What do you guys wish to do?
The first thing I'm going to do is take stock of my compatriots and make sure everybody is still standing, no limbs are broken, nobody's suffering any horrific acid burns, besides myself.
How does healing work after a combat like that? Because I know we're all kind of down on health. Do we
It still uses a spell slot. You can choose to take a short rest and use a hit die to recoup, or you can just say, "Oh, I'll figure it out," and wait till we can actually get a chance to sleep.
Or use whatever items you might have on hand.
Yeah.
Like
or
if you
take
have
potions or spells and stuff like that.
Or if you have a medicine kit, make bandages or whatnot.
I'll have to spend some of my money on once I get some.
Yeah, I'm thinking a short rest might not be out of order for us.
No,
If
no, I think
anything,
sitting
get our
down
hit
and
points
taking a
back
breather
up.
would be well advised.
Yeah. So I think basically the room's empty. You should just take a rest.
Okay, then. So you guys are thinking a short rest or a long rest? So long rest is 8 hours. Where, just think of it like camping in the middle of the night, where you guys still have to take watch. Short rest is like 4-ish hours. So.
Would you guys want to go set up camp at this point? And be comfortable enough to, set up a camp and maybe take shifts?
What time of day is it by now?
That's a good question. Let's see how.
I think if we're gonna take a long rest, we should go back to the dwarves we were helping out and add that numbers to our.
Because we've done our thing for clearing this stuff out for them. Now, hopefully, we can get even more cooperation out of them.
So let's see. The dwarven excavation was how far away from Phandalin? You guys said you left in the morning. Where is my file explorer to bring up my?
And then we get to get those cell phones from them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The messaging stones.
So
does it count as a quest complete, even though they gave it to us?
5, 10. So you're spending 15 miles. It took you roughly 5 hours to get here. You guys left Phandalin right away after taking that job, right?
Yeah, it was noon.
So
it was about noonish when we left.
So it was roughly 5 p.m. when you got here. Let's say it's roughly about 6 p.m. Between talking to the guys, the investigation that you did. So yeah, so we'll just say it's about 6 p.m. ish.
Perfect time to turn things in and set up a camp.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point we may as well just go ahead and set up. Let's talk to the dwarves again now that we've got this taken care of. Get the sending stones, carry on everything else with them, and then go ahead and camp for a long rest at this point.
Before you guys go back, or is there anything else that you guys want to do in this room?
You said this place looked like a temple?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a quick look around.
Okay.
See if I can figure out who it's a temple to.
Okay.
I'll follow along just because of my roguish nature. Want to say, oh, is there anything nice and shiny here?
I too want to take a little look-see, and just kind of see if anything jumps out at my very human self.
Okay. So you guys are just looking around.
Is it still rather dark in here?
It's rather dark. This is an inside temple. So
I'm gonna use my light cantrip on my shield and get a nice sort of spotlight out of it.
Okay. So with last session,
it being worn or carried. Okay, so I.
So I want to say last session.
Oh, by someone else, so I can use it on something I'm using. Okay.
All right. So if I remember correctly, last session I said this was a temple that was being made in homage to a dwarven king that had first started settling this mountain to mine it. He was, a great warrior, and they're just they're using it to pay homage to him as they found a new resting ground, a deep area with, lots of gold in this mountain. Yeah.
Temple.
Yep.
Okay.
They're calling it a temple just because of the homage that is paid and the sheer ornateness of the walls, the pillars, everything like that.
Okay.
So as you're looking around this temple room, is there anything specific that you guys are doing, or just kind of just admiring?
I want to poke at the altar and see if there's like a hidden switch thing. Maybe it does things. It looks like it could hide some sort of loot under it or something around it. Just,
No,
I'm gonna poke at it.
go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I got a 19.
You can definitely tell that this altar, there's nothing with it. Like, it is a pure monument. It is, for yourself, it is super ornate. Like,
Lame.
even to the point where you can tell inside the fingernails, behind the shield, that they're that meticulous for the detail.
Dwarven craftsmanship never ceases to amaze.
Gray is going to be his roguish self. He's going to start looking around, see if there's any like hidden panels or hidden doors or anything like that. It's a temple that's got to have something. It's got to have some sort of something hiding in it here somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Tug on all the sconces, make sure none of them are levers.
That's kind of what I was hoping with the thing.
He won't be quite that bold. He'll kind of be a little bit more sneaky as he does it, but he's gonna just walk around and investigate.
So, Gray, as you're walking around investigating, where are you starting?
I will start behind the altar and just kind of work my way around. Oh, which way do I want? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise.
Okay.
Around the room.
Okay, so you're going down this way. Okay.
Yeah.
As you're poking and prodding and everything, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay. Wow, that was an impressive roll here. I rolled a whole 4. Look, it's a wall.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, ooh, that's a
I
shiny,
can certify. That's a wall there.
that's a shiny marble wall there you got there.
Yeah, that wall ain't going nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere. I'll check it on you, Gray, as we go around. Dave, what are you doing
No
in what are you doing in said room or in this said temple?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking around to see if there's anything that would, jump out. That would either be like, I don't know, cool, like shiny, like I don't know, if there's jewelry or anything, or like maybe there's something I could fix. Another little side job.
Ah, a spider!
Okay, as you're looking around, just like Gray, are you? Is there a specific direction that you're going in? Anywhere that you're starting with, that you want to? Are you focusing on one area? Or are you just kind of just meandering, like just?
I'm just meandering. Yeah, I'm not like super interested. If anything, I'm ready to get back to the other guys. Hoping I see something on the way out. Otherwise, I'm ready to go and get paid for the job we just did.
Yeah, so as you're looking around and just kind of meandering, just roll a perception check.
Seven.
Just like Gray, you're just in awe by like how the detail of the marble walls, how smooth it is. It's just kind of dumbfounding you, for lack of better words. Lashira. And then Zeph, you'll be up next so that I question, okay?
Sure.
Lashira, what you doing?
I'm just slowly walking around, making my way back to the entrance at this point, kind of bummed that the statue didn't pan out with anything cool.
So you're just like walking around like just at random, or just straight back?
Just kind of wandering around in between columns, back and forth.
Okay, as you're doing that, go ahead and roll a perception check as well.
Perception checks are worrying me. Oh,
I'm
that's very sad.
Perception is just like if something kind of stands out. If you know, in a tunnel, if you feel a draft of wind that you're not expecting. Investigation is you're specifically looking for something.
Yeah, I got a 5 because I rolled a nat 1. All clear here.
Okay. And Zephyrin.
I'll probably say like some brief prayer to Torm. You know, we got through the combat, and while it was a bit dicey for some of us, we made it. We saved this, you know, very impressive monument from basically being unusable because of the creatures in here. And then I'll start heading towards the exit while also once again like admiring the architecture and the like.
Right. Again, with that admiration of the architecture and everything, as you're kind of just looking around or feeling the area, go ahead and roll that same perception check.
I got a 17.
Okay. Are you walking straight back towards the wall? You're kind of like zigzagging, kind of like Lashira and Dave where they're kind of just asking around, just looking.
Yeah, I think I'd take the opportunity to take in the whole of the room.
Okay. Oof, Pat, that's funny. As you're walking over here with that 17, let's double check. You do feel like a wind come from behind you as you turn around this.
Something I definitely notice. I'm an air ganassi.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow that feeling of a wind that shouldn't be there.
Okay.
I mean, I am used to wind that shouldn't be there. There's always one blowing my hair, but
as you feel that wind, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
$14.
You're able to feel where the wind's coming from. You believe it's coming from somewhere in this wall, but you can't quite figure out where. Oop, that was too high up. But you do feel that you think it's somewhere on this wall.
I'm gonna run my hands like along the surface and like put my ear up to it, try and listen.
Okay, so you're doing a more in-depth investigation. Just go ahead and re-roll that investigation check then.
Oof. 4.
You're not able to figure out where it's coming from. You just think maybe it's just a fleeting moment. Maybe it's Tor, just saying well done type of situation, but you just can't quite determine where that's coming from.
I'll point my lit up shield at the wall for a few seconds, just kind of puzzling.
Is something happening over there? Are you getting confused by something over there, Zephyr?
I'll look over at Graves and, do you feel that?
Feel what?
You don't get a lot of breezes in a cave.
A breeze, you say? And as soon as I hear that, I'm going to go ahead and walk over his direction.
Okay.
Rogue instinct's kicking in because it looks like he's looking for something that he can't find.
Lashir is gonna see, like, I'm gonna notice that they're all starting to head that way because I'm hyper vigilant of Gray, so I'm gonna follow him over.
Someone doesn't trust Gray.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
So, Gray, you see that rogue sense kicking in. Are you trying to help, like, Zeph figure out where it's coming from, or are you just kind of watching him for right now?
What I will do, since I have the ability, I will use Master Tactics to do a help action for Zephyrin as he continues looking, which gives him. That's just for attacking. Never mind. I thought that would help on other things as well.
Do you want to take a look? I could give you guidance.
That'll work.
So that gives you an extra D4.
Okay.
For the chosen skill, and we'll use that for, I presume, investigation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go ahead and roll. What am I rolling? Investigation?
Yes, being that you're actively looking for something, not just this is pretty, just meandering.
Just want to make sure I use the right one. All right, so with the guidance, a dirty 20.
Okay. As you're feeling the wall and you're looking and doing that full search, you Gray, you can see the outline. It's faint, but you can see the outline of what appears to be a door. Again, the others wouldn't quite notice it, but it's so well built in.
Mm-hmm.
But your keen sight, as you hone in, you can see that outline.
Yes, that dwarven engineering almost has this perfectly hidden. And I start pointing out where it is, and I will start looking to see if I can find wherever the trigger is to try to get this door to open.
One of those where you're just kind of like pushing and all like, go ahead, and as you're pushing around it, make a strength check.
Okay.
I wonder if that sconce does anything.
What did you say?
15.
As you're going around and you're pushing in, you do see a spot where as soon as you push in, you see the door open up.
Well, look what we have here.
And of course it's not going to let it right here. So I'm just going to do this. Let's go to build mode, and I'm just going to remove it. Why not? Because they don't have a trapdoor in this material. As I push on it,
it slides. As I push on the trigger, it slides down into the floor using great dwarven engineering.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Perfectly seamless into the floor, like it was never there.
Yep.
He
right out of Skyrim.
Starts to notice it was over there because I'm not over there. So.
Oh, and it's the almighty Jay. How you doing, Jay? Is my buttons not working? Oh.
All hail Lord Gazumba.
All hail Lord Gazumba.
Now, our health is still really low. Do we really want to follow this to the end right now?
I would, now that we know that it's here, I suggest we set things up now, and then we will be ready to investigate it after we've rested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think the two prospectors know that this is here?
Not yet. Probably.
Okay.
Use them as bait.
Use them as bait.
The question is, do we want them to know, or do we want to check it out first?
It could earn us a bonus, but it could also have dangers that could be bad for them should they encounter them without our aid.
Well, seeing how they were so eager to fight against the slimes we went against earlier, I somehow don't think that they're going to be eager for a whole lot of other things.
Maybe we should just let him know the slimes are gone and get the communication device. Then if we need to, we can, if there's any passageways where we'd have to split, we'd be able to hear each other.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Alright. So it sounds like you guys are heading back to the prospectors to let them know. Is there anything else that you guys are doing in this room before we move forward?
Probably not for Gray at this point.
I mean, they may not let us back in here, so like half of us could go into here and the other half of us, and then you guys can meet us back.
All right, who are our charisma face people to go talk to the dwarves?
You saying you're down with splitting this party, Gray?
I mean, I've got decent charisma, but I don't know if you want to send the goody two shoes out there, because he might tell them about their tunnel.
Yeah,
I have no charisma, so...
Gray is more than willing to go. I just need to, maybe I can go ahead and go, and I can easily catch up with you later. Catch up with you all.
I
Because
may
like
have to
right now
follow.
he's kind of buying into his own argument of there might be more dangerous things down there, and I wouldn't want to send these unprepared prospectors into danger.
I'll follow Gray. So
Okay.
if you two want to rest in here and just kind of chill, I've kind of like attached myself to watching him.
I think that I should go with Gray.
Yeah.
And then Lashira and Zephyrin should go that way, because you guys can heal so much, so you guys
That
can
is
keep each
true.
other alive. I
only can
zero
heal one more
ability.
time, but my heal's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I have two more my divine spark, but I've used up all my spell slots.
All right, so Gray will go ahead and start walking towards where we left the two dwarves.
Okay. And Dave's...
I also have a decently high medicine skill. I just don't have anything to actually use it with.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
so,
I can scout with my Beast of the Sky too.
You can
Just
send a
remember-
bat down there, yeah.
you're inside of a temple, so... Okay, so you got Dave and Gray going back to the two dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This guy's already back out here. Brain work. Come on! Where are you at, Dave?
Before I leave, though, I'm like, hey, make sure you gather any treasure and split it between us all. I'm always looking to make an extra dime, so.
Yeah.
You're sounding more human every day.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, of course I am.
Of course I am.
I'm very human, so.
As you look like an angry toddler that doesn't have a fresh banana. Alright, so let's head over. So Dave and Gray, as you guys exit the temple, you've got... Oh, what are their names again? Welcome to my life.
Dazzlin and Norbus.
Yes, that's... And I just literally... So, Dazzlin and Norbus, they're back out. You see them doing the dwarven thing of eating by a campfire. You know, it's not uncommon. Dwarves eat, they drink, they run. You know, they eat...
Eat, drink, run, fight.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in that order.
Or not necessarily fighting. Eat, drink, run, dig. Diggy, diggy hole. And
Gentlemen,
as you see that...
we just wanted to let you know that we've cleared those green slimes out of your temple area.
Dazzlin. I see here. Who's... I'm trying to remember which one's which. Because welcome to life. Yes, Dazzlin's the one I was thinking of. Dazzlin looks at you and goes, "Oh, we're good to see that you're alive. And you said that you got rid of the weird ooze monster."
Yes, eradicated it for you. Shall we? You might say we have purged it and purified things to make sure that they don't come back.
Wipe them right out.
So, as per our agreement,
Norbus looks at you and goes, well, I suppose an agreement's an agreement, and Dazzlin, he told me about the sending stones, and he reaches and he slaps Dazzlin and goes, give him the stones. And Dazzlin's like, well...
And Gray holds out his hand towards them to receive them.
Dazzlin goes, well, you held up your side. Where's the rest of your party before? I just want to make sure, are they okay? Or did they die?
Yes. They're fine. They're just relaxing in there. We're kind of gonna rest in there a little bit, bind our wounds, so to speak. It was not an undifficult battle, but we just need some time to help get ourselves back up to strength and recover from such a strenuous activity.
That makes sense. If you want, we can try to blockade the door to make sure someone doesn't get in to attack you. That way you have a more restful break. Can't guarantee anything, but we can at least slow them down. But
that would be fine. We'll go ahead and close the doors behind us. Then you can barricade as needed, and we'll go ahead and get ourselves all rested up and ready for whatever the next day brings.
That works for me. And as he says that, he hands you the two sending stones. Being that you got your hand out, and he, seeing a rogue that actually fulfilled his word, he's like, yeah, maybe you're trustworthy.
Of course I am. Why wouldn't I?
So, you've got the two sending stones, and Dazzlin Norris goes, yeah, if you need to rest, take the time that's needed. Just let us, as you leave, look for us, and we'll make sure that the doors aren't locked on the outside, so you can get out. Bang loud and yell. So
that would be quite good. So, all right, we will leave you to your meal, and we will go and retire and get ourselves up back into good shape and ready for whatever the day brings tomorrow. And I will start heading back.
Okay. Dave, with this whole interaction, how closely were you paying attention to Gray and this interaction?
I was paying, pretty close attention because I was very interested in those sending stones when you showed them to us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as you take the time to rejoin the group, during this conversation, Lashira and Zeph, are you doing anything? They were going to be gone for about 10-ish minutes.
I figured we were probably setting up a camp so that we could rest before we go in that passage. So by the time they get back, there's already a camp and we can just get some health and stuff back.
Okay.
But I don't know if Zeph had the same idea though.
Well, you guys do work individually. You don't have to be the whole team thing.
Yeah, but I was setting up camp just in case we did decide to stay. Because I'm really worried about everyone's health.
It sounds like a good idea. I was actually thinking something similar.
All right.
Just looking through my gear at what I had I could work with if I wanted to do anything extra. Is there like a large like brazier that we could use to build a fire in without building a fire directly on their nice temple floor?
You're really not seeing anything like that in this immediate area. The only thing you're seeing is the torches along the walls, but no brazing area. Alright. With the 10 minutes or so that have passed, you see Gray and Dave, are you just walking like straight back as as the crow flies?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much following the straightest path, closing the doors behind us into here as we go in.
Yep.
So you guys are closing these doors as well. Okay.
Yeah. After all, they said that they would watch from out there, and if the doors are closed, then they can't discover if we've discovered anything here along the way.
All right. So the outer temple doors are closed along with the inner temple doors. The only thing that open that you guys know that you guys found is this secret tunnel right here. Gray and Dave get back, and you begin to see like a campsite getting set up. Even if it's just a couple of bedrolls being put out, maybe even trying to figure out how to put a fire down inside the temple to give some light. Maybe even cook a ration or two. Correct?
I'm also putting a trap in that open doorway spot that we just opened. I'm putting a trap down so anything that might potentially come through it either will make some noise out of ouch, or it'll just get them stuck in place.
Okay.
Because I have a trapper's kit on me.
So you're building a trap. Go ahead and, being that you're building up, roll a survival check.
I will give them guidance so they can have an extra default.
Okay, you don't want to see a bear trap get their own hand?
You said that was a survival, and then I get a D4 as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, good. So I got a 17.
That trap you're able to lay down, even with the smooth walls, you're still able to get the proper friction setup that's needed. So if something does come down, it would do some damage or make some noise. The exact output that the exact outlook that you're looking for, you're able to build that trap for.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, are we going to do a short rest or a long rest?
That is up to you guys.
I'd say we go long rest at this point.
And reset everything?
I would agree. I think long is definitely the best route.
Mm-hmm. All spells will be reset that way. Hit points will be back up, and we'll be ready to run, or whatever. If we run into anything.
Okay.
So with the last question I'm going to ask you guys is, with the two doors being shut and a trap being placed, are you guys going to choose to all just nap at all rest at the same time, or do you guys still want to do a watch rotation? How comfortable are you guys feeling?
I would still do a watch.
Yeah.
Even if I'm lightly sleeping, I'd still watch. Oh.
Yeah. I'd want to watch.
I think that would be a good idea.
well. Just because we don't know what, or even worse, how much might come through this open door.
Okay.
Yeah, what if we can climb the ceiling?
So, what's your guys' watch rotation? Who's got the first 2 hours?
I'll take the first two.
Okay.
I'll take the second.
Okay.
I can go after Gray.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do last then.
Steph and Lashira. Okay. So the nice thing is when you guys are taking watch, you guys can continue to investigate the area. You can just sit up and do whatever you wish. Before you guys...
Ouch! Sorry, cat.
Before you guys take your rest, you know, it's probably, you guys are estimating, you're inside the temple, you're not seeing the daylight, you're probably guessing it's, you know, maybe 6:15, 6:30-ish, somewhere in that area. You've got, you know, if you want to spend some time investigating before everyone heads to bed, or you guys can just say, you know what, let's head to bed, we'll hit the road nice and early. What are you guys thinking?
I scarf down my dinner like it's a quick lunch break, and yeah, I mean, I guess I would go to bed early because humans have very early jobs. So
You got first watch.
Yep, Dave's got first watch.
So yeah,
Getting it out of the way early.
I think we might want to split those sending stones just in case. How'd it go with the dwarves?
Oh, everything went fine, and I hold out the 2 sending stones, and I hand you one of them.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll have to remember that. I'm so glad they didn't try to come in after you guys.
They're just surprisingly hospitable of them.
Yeah.
I think they were just happy that the slimes are no longer here.
yeah,
One
and
less
they
thing for them
even
to worry about.
they were even okay with us being here and getting rest before we move on to our next adventure. So they were gonna lock the doors for us, so we were safer in here.
So they weren't suspicious at all. That's interesting.
No, yeah, especially because Grace said everything. So yeah, they
Oh.
weren't suspicious.
You almost make it sound like I'm not someone to be believed. I'm almost offended.
Yeah, as long as we can get back out of the temple.
Almost hurt my feeling. No.
I actually have a thought regarding those slimes. Trey, do you still have some of those oil vials that you used? The
I'm
empty ones.
afraid I used both of them up. But I still, I do have the empty containers, the empty flask itself. Why do you ask?
May I have one of them?
Sure. And I hand you one of them.
A curious thought. I want to go see if I could use the vial to scoop up some of the, like, residual slime bits, if there's any left from where they died.
Gray sees you doing that, and he's going to do the same thing.
You never know when you might need acid.
Yeah, you never know when you might need acid to, say, coat a dagger or undo a lock.
God, what have I done? Alright, so Zeph, I rolled a 17. You're able to grab almost pretty much an entire full vial. Oh, let's see. Gray, wow. Why do I not roll more nat 20s when I'm in combat against you guys?
You say that after hitting me with 2 of them, Tom.
Did I get you 2 of them?
That's why he died twice.
Both times you downed me, they were from critical hits.
Alright, well, Gray, I roll a nat 20. I rolled a nat 20, Gray, so you're able to get a good clean vial. Your hand, like, both of you guys were able to avoid touching the acid with your hand. Like, you're able to just, like, scoop up them, like, you know, very carefully. Gray just had to get a little bit better, you know, slime ball in order to fill his vial. So, Zeph,
is there a good puddle?
Yeah, Zeph's got like
my
90%. So, okay, so you had a slime die here. You still see some residual there. Yeah, it's a slime die here. I want to say one was here, one was here. So, there's enough residual where you're able to coat the arrow tips. Oh, how many are you coating? Then let's go.
I want to coat 10.
Yeah, there should be plenty there between the 5 of them.
That'd be fun having poison arrows.
Acid arrows.
And Dave's really, he's smart with tactics, so he's gonna definitely fill his oil canister with some acid as well.
I'm so glad you gave us more ammunition.
That was really a great idea, honestly.
I didn't give you. You guys came with the idea yourself.
Yeah, Zephyrin did. It's a great idea.
Yeah, but so
I thought he was gonna save it to worship the slime gods, or to honor the
Look,
slime or something.
I am a cleric, but not a slime god.
so Dave, I rolled a 10 on my dice. You're able to fill your vial with slime, but doing so, you take 5 points of acid damage to your hands.
Oh no!
Good thing you did it before you rested.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes me at 5. I almost died from getting the slime.
So, Lashira, there is a spell called Acid Arrow, but being that you're turning an actual arrow tip into acid, let's see here. I wonder what type of...
I don't have that spell anyway.
Which is fine, because I'm thinking, this is... How caustic is the acid?
Well, they said it was melting their metal tools, and
Yeah.
in Baldur's
How long
Gate,
are they
the
gonna
icon
last?
for an acid arrow is like a glass vial on the end of an arrow shaft.
Yeah, so, Lashura, you said that you wanted to do 10 of them.
If I see it's destroying them, I'm probably going to give up after 3, though.
Yeah, the first one you put on, let's see here. I have a D8 here. Where's my D10? Okay. Because you said you want to do 10 of them. Okay?
Yeah.
To the almighty dice goblin box. The nice thing is with glass is typically, scientists use it for holding acid because it does, and I know it's refined sand. Wait a second, I have it on screen, okay? I'm gonna roll a d10. This is how many arrows are going to get lost due to acid before you realize that it's not gonna help you, okay?
Oh, cool.
Okay. 2. 2 arrows.
Well, it was worth a shot.
No pun intended. So Dave was able to get a full flask of acid, 5 points of acid damage to his hand. Being that they both succeeded, both Gray and Zeph have a full vial of acid. Lashira lost 2 arrows to acid before she realized that there's causing damage. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before you guys start the watch rotation?
Not till I do my watch.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and we'll start the rotation. Dave, go ahead and roll a D20 perception check to start off.
D20 for perception? Is it
Mhm.
D20?
Yep.
9.
And that's with your perception modifier?
Oh, 11.
Okay. Okay. So you don't see or sense anything on the watch. During your 2-hour watch, is there anything that you want to do?
I'll just be.
Where are you guys sleeping? So that way I can set you guys up.
I would say pretty near that door, some like in that vicinity, I would say, because we're gonna
like,
watch the door, right?
I'd say like right down here, in the center.
Yeah, I would think right around there.
A little corner spot, so
So
that
a
if
little
there's something.
distance from the door, with as many walls protecting us as we can get.
So you're thinking about
Yeah.
like
I'd say
right
about
here?
right there, so that way we got a good view of both of them.
Okay. So Dave, during your watch, are you staying close to camp, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I mean,
Amanda.
I'm really good at doing my job, so I'm gonna stay near everybody. But while I'm kind of hanging out, we'll have probably a little bit of light in there from like a torch, and I'll just be reading my notebook on how to be a better human.
I love the fact that you're so true to that. All right. The 2 hours passes and you don't see anything, you don't hear anything. You're with that perception check. Everything appears to have, be relatively peaceful. As it nears the end of your last 2 hours, how are you waking Gray?
I would be kind about it, so I would walk over to him and I would like kind of lightly tap him on the shoulder and go, Gray.
Alright. Mr. Gray, as she wakes you for your watch and she's tapping you on the shoulder, how are you responding?
Oh, he isn't the deepest sleeper in the world, so he probably wakes up fairly quickly, fairly easily. Not too groggy.
Okay. So on your watch, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay, perception. 18.
Okay. And then on your watch, is there anything that you want to do?
2 things. The first half hour, I'm going to walk around thinking, we found one secret door. Are there any more? And he's going to try to see if he can find anything else.
All right. So
If he finds one, he's not going to open them. He just wants to know if they are there.
Right. So with that perception check of an 18, you've got a little bit heightened senses. You do feel a couple of drafts as you're walking around, especially now that everyone else is kind of sleeping. You've got your perception a little bit, your senses a little bit heightened. You kind of feel a draft, as you're passing this area.
Okay. Which direction is it coming from?
You believe like a north to south. Okay. So this side is the north. Okay.
All right. So I feel something coming that way. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And as you continue walking, just I'm gonna have you roll one more perception check. Being that you're not actively looking, your senses are a little heightened.
That's fine. 17.
My God. When you get to this corner, you almost feel like the wind's swirling.
Okay.
So, and it's almost like doing like a clockwise motion, like it's coming down from the wall, hitting another one, and then like swirling around you in this corner. So, but you don't feel anything else.
Okay. So after he finishes doing that, for the next hour, he's going to sit near the door that we've got open. He's not going to go inside. He may be a couple of squares away from it.
You think about right here or just like right here?
About right there. About right there. That'll work. Either one.
All right. So
he'll be sitting facing the others.
Okay.
He's going to pull 3 things out of his pocket. A couple of things out of his pockets. One is the sending stone that he kept.
Okay.
2 are 2 lucky stones that he carries with him.
Okay.
Then he's going to pull out his forgery kit. And while everyone's asleep on the 2 regular stones, he's going to carve in the runes that he sees on the other sending stone.
Okay. What check do I make for that?
Since I'm doing forgery, would that be sleight of hand?
That's what I'm thinking.
That would be my thought as well.
Yep. So yeah, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand. You are devious.
That's why you're on the naughty list.
There's method in my madness, and let me just say
There's
it
ways
this
I
way.
can see this being very helpful.
My soul is not as black as you think, and neither is your soul so white.
Well, what's funny is they don't know that you're doing this, so this is just Lashir as a player saying
There's method in my madness. Okay, so sleight of hand.
Yep.
13. I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to make it look good. So another 2, so 15
Alright.
total on the sleight of hand.
Let's see how you do against my rule. So if you roll higher than mine, you got him pretty much perfect, where an Arcanist would have to be
Nat
one to
20,
tell.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Wrong Nat.
They are. You get done, and like you're to the point where you're. Think of someone whittling, with a spoon. You're just like whittling the final details in, where you're pretty sure the only people that are going to know the difference is if you're bring them to an arcane specialist, one of the in the central city, in the capital.
Yeah. All I'm hoping for it is to be good enough to fool a standard NPC. That's all I'm shooting for here.
Yep, and
Okay.
you're 100% sure that you're able to with me rolling in that one.
The remaining time I will just spend in regular surveillance, keeping an eye out for everything.
All right. So with you sitting here, you can definitely feel the wind coming off of this wall. Okay. Especially you're there an hour. You're whittling. You already figured that out. Okay. As you finish up that last hour. And you go to wake Zeph, is there any special way that you're doing it, or you're just like, wake up?
I'll just do the standard, gentle as I can, just rough enough to make sure that he wakes up and doesn't roll back over and go to sleep.
All right. So Zeph, your player. How do you wake up knowing this, that he's being just rough enough to make sure that you don't go back to sleep? Are you cursing at him, or are you trying to get any information from him?
I take it that since he's not waking me in any sort of hurry, and he's not like putting his hand over my mouth to make sure I'm quiet. I'm sit up, stretch. All is well, I assume.
Yes, everything is fine. In fact, I may have made a discovery or two while you all have been resting, but we will deal with that once the night is over.
I'll take that to assume it's not important or pressing anyway.
Okay.
And grab my gear and assume watch as well.
Okay. Again, first things first, let's go ahead and roll your perception check for noticing anything.
14.
Okay. Wow, you guys are ridiculous with your rolls. Okay. How are you handling your your watch? Are you just staying in this area? You know, meander around the temple? You doing any deeper investigation now that everyone's sleeping?
I'm probably gonna do some basic maintenance on some of my equipment, mainly my shield and armor.
Oh, yeah.
Since I took a bit of a beating.
Just a little.
Yeah, I don't have anything to like really patch them up, but clean them up and get them as nice and workable and presentable as I can manage. I would have been taking time to make bandages, but I don't have anything to make them out of.
Oh no! One of those. I'm guessing you're kind of like sitting on the floor, looking down the hallway, keeping active. You know, that's the only entrance that you know of.
Yeah, well, I'll glance at the other door now and then, just for thoroughness' sake.
I don't know if you got. So you're probably just staying with the group, kind of just glancing this way to make sure it doesn't swing open.
So I was probably sitting about where Gray is so that I can... Because I'm sure if that door opens, it's big enough and it's, a big stone room, we'd hear it.
Mm-hmm. So you thinking like staying up in this area then?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. So with that 14 perception, like the coming out of the hallway, you hear the like a couple random rocks falling. You're not sure if there's things that are settling. If you're in a mountain, so you don't know if things are moving outside, but you kind of hear just the rocks shifting. But you're not sure. It's echoey.
Mm-hmm.
As your watch comes to an end, and you go to wake Lashira, you know that Gray potentially found something, and you heard rocks, shifting, or at least what you think based on the echoing. Is there anything that you're... How are you waking Lashira, and is there any information that you're giving her?
I'll basically just gently wake Lashira, make sure she's awake, and let her know. I heard some sounds echoing down the tunnel, but it could have just been, the sound of nature being...
Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Gray said he found something, but he said he'd tell us in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, it's 6 hours into the night. It's going to be roughly, you're estimating about 3 a.m. based off of this, Lashira. Go ahead and roll your perception check.
Not good. I got a 6 with my modifier.
That is disgusting.
Don't forget you have that D4 of inspiration if you want to use it.
I think I might save that for... Well, no, I'm going to use it. See where it does. Let's do a different set, though. Where's my thingy? Right here. Okay. Okay, so I got... What was it before? So I got a 10.
So you rolled a 4 on the D4, okay.
Oh, wait, 4, yeah.
So you rolled a 10, okay. Well, and then is there anything that you're doing on your watch? Anything specific that you want to do during your 2 hours before everyone wakes up?
I'm gonna do kind of like a oh shoot, what they call it? Like round, so I'll be going like up and then sideways and back. So I'm doing kind of like a...
So like up this way, down back, or just going up and kind of...
I don't think I'd do the whole room because I'd want to stay close. So I'd walk kind of up to the door and then walk back, walk to the middle of the room, and then walk back. So I'm doing like a...
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a surveillance of just seeing if anything moves. Okay. Yeah, with that perception of a 10, nothing is standing out. Like, you think maybe you heard like an echoing from the hallway, like Zeph had said, but you're not 100% sure. Everything appears to be normal. So, but nothing's outstanding. Okay. It hits about 5 a.m. What you're guessing has been about 5 a.m. You know that your 2 hours is pretty much close to being done. You can choose how you want to wake the others, or in the order that you want to wake the others.
I'm going to wake Zeph, then Dave, and then Gray.
I love the fact that you're playing that true to not care much for rogues. Okay.
It's not just rogues, it's he came from a rich family and I don't like rich people.
You think that he came from a rich family based on what he's been telling you.
His behavior, like his whole, like, yeah, it's just like a mix of all the things that I have absolutely no trust on.
Right. So as you're waking them, is there anything that you're telling them?
I didn't really see anything come down, or I didn't see anything in the room. I haven't seen anything. I might have heard a little bit of a rocks, I'm not sure, from the hall, but there's such a light echo, it could have been anything. It seemed pretty quiet.
So, at this point, you've woken Zeph, you've woken Dave, you've told them that. Are you telling them that, you know, as a group or individually as you wake them?
Well, after I get Dave up, I start saying it as I'm going to Gray and being like, Gray also has something to tell us, apparently, according to Zeph.
Okay. So, Gray, that is what you hear as you wake up, is Lashira saying, yeah, supposedly Gray found something.
Yes, in a matter of fact, well, let's just say I've almost found something. I walked around a little bit, and remember, friend, those slight breezes you felt when we discovered this door over here?
Yeah.
I did a little more walking around, and I found maybe, well, possibly 3 other doors like this might be. Obviously, I've not opened them yet. I wanted to make sure everyone else was up about, because you never know what might happen when you open a door, especially when you're by yourself, and everyone else is sound asleep. So I figured that might be something we could look at later, or we can ignore. Up to y'all. But just something to keep in mind, that there's all sorts of hiding places in this temple.
That's definitely something to note down.
Something to keep an eye out for in pretty much every room we go into, too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if they're all interconnected or anything, but at least possibility is there.
All right, so I'm going to take my trap down since we're done with it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your sleight of hand. Make sure you don't set it off on yourself.
I may have.
What did you roll?
A 6.
Yeah, you set it off on yourself, and you take 3 points of damage to your hand.
Well, at least it wasn't my tail.
As you're taking the traps down, do you have your back to everyone else out so they don't see what you're doing, or are you kind of just carefully trying to do it and not caring what people are looking at?
I'm just trying to pull it down. I don't really notice if they're watching or not, and then I go, ouch, son of a chicken pox.
Having some issues. Would you need some help over there, Lashir?
My trap bit me.
Next time, let me know when you set one up, and I can help you assist to make sure that you don't get bitten again.
Too bad animal handling doesn't work on this one.
Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, it's probably gonna bleed a little bit, but I'll be okay.
You know what? I think we're at a 10 minutes to 6. I think we're at a pretty decent standpoint. Unless, is there anything else you guys want to do in this room before we call it the end of the session?
Not really.
Oh, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, we can. I can hold all the crazy for the next one.
Okay.
Oh, good.
You promise?
Look, crazy. That's funny. Alright, well that's.
Are you crazy? Legally, no. There's not a word for my
This
condition.
is. I got hit with this just because I didn't get hit much by the oozes.
That's funny. Well, that's I'm gonna quickly run through the partners that we work with and try to help support. And I'm gonna start with Mr. Kai as our partner, being that he got me text this week. Kai is, if you guys ever get a chance to look at his Etsy shop, does a lot of custom game screens for game masters. And during our talks that we had during the week, he works to build screens that reflect the personality of the game master and tries to build, things one-on-one with him. If you have any questions, poke him with a stick, send him a carrier pigeon. Maybe he'll be able to work with you. Anything that you want to add to that, Kai?
Yeah, each jam screen that I make is custom made. It's not. I'm not like doing cookie cutter. Everyone has been. I've only had one repeat design so far.
So
everything else is an original look each time.
So pretty much, if you want a screen that's a one-of-one and that match your personality, he's the guy to go talk with. We've got Mr. Lord Gazumba. I'm sure people that have watched any of the streams for us or most other communities I know promote him. He is a long-running D&D player, like 45 years of old-school 1E and 2E campaigns. Does a lot of support for other communities, such I know we do a big D&D fundraiser every year for St. Jude's. Definitely go help out with his community. Watch some of the talk shows that he does for D&D content. We got Loot Die Repeat, where they stream every Tuesday night, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, 5:30 Mountain, 4:30 Pacific. Why did I say that? Because I can. They consider themselves a bunch of schmucks just telling stories together. Kind of local to us up in Minnesota, we got Guild Superior, Funky Crew and Nerds. They're right on the north shore of Lake Superior. But they do have guild members worldwide, not year-wide. They've got guild members worldwide, and they're always trying to grow that community up as well. Whether that be talking about mainstream tabletop RPGs or the indie style. We got Art of Mike Disney, another creator that likes to do painting, sculpting, miniatures. Don't think he does anything with game mastering stream, but does a lot of painting and very, very good at it. I don't know, Pat Draws, do you do any commission work? We should probably get you some text too, even though you like to troll us. Poke me with a stick if you do. Finally, the last one is Lord Ashes. You'll notice that we were using a very beautiful 3D virtual tabletop called Icespire. Lord Ashes builds a lot of plugins for them, and I know my counterpart Rory uses a lot of custom mods for his games. I keep everything playing relatively clean, but Rory works a lot with Lord Ashes on those mods and helps debugging, and he can talk a lot with what's going on. And finally, if you're looking for a community to join, no matter the skill level, definitely look us up. We got a beautiful Discord community that's growing. You can find our link tree, or you can find us at discord.disorderlydice.com. Yeah, let's go into stars and wishes of the episode, and I'm going to go right around our screen, and I'm going to start with Lashira, and we're going to go in a clockwise pattern all the way around. I don't know where Dave went. Poor guy. Lashira, who's your star of the show and why, and is there any wishes that you have?
I'm gonna go with Dave, just hitting using a torch as a bat over and over. Just can't get that whack-a-mole out. Oh. I don't know about wishes.
So, any wishes for the campaign that you like to see?
I want a pet.
Alright.
You miss Kevin already?
I do miss Kevin. How to Train Your Dragon.
Dave, down to you. Any stars that you have in the episode, and any wishes that you like to see during the campaign, or even in the next couple sessions?
I'm gonna say Zephyrin. I think that was really creative to go and pick the acid up, and yeah, finding the door. He took extra time to find that door. Thought that was bringing us to our next steps. That's cool.
Loot everything. You never know what might be useful.
Right? Yeah. No, that's awesome. Wishes.
And you guys haven't even found all the loot yet in this room.
Gosh.
No, I've seen what you keep trying to hide in that pillar.
As far as
Why do
wishes
you
go,
think I was exploring?
I'd say. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a pet either. Honestly, I think that'd be nice. I gotta bring some little more chaos too. A little more kind of silly things.
Oh, so you guys find a pet that's just a pet hand that walks around like Thing? Cousin It.
Bigby's hand.
Bigby's.
The other hand of Vecna just becomes our pet.
I have a pet mage hand. No. Zephyrin, stars and wishes.
I gotta say, Lashira taking pity on the new guy of the party and getting me back up after I go down twice.
Look at you, DM.
Come with me if you want to live.
That's fantastic.
I don't really know about wishes. Like, I definitely say I am really surprised the dwarves are like, yeah, sure, you could stay in our highly venerated place by yourselves with no supervision. I'm sure that won't come back on us somehow.
I'm a little concerned that they closed the door behind us, so you never know where.
Yeah, and barricaded it.
But we're trusting it. We're trusting the dwarves.
I mean, we found enough secret passages at this point. We might have a way out that they don't know about.
Yeah. Another reason why I was exploring.
Okay. So, not sure about any wishes, so I'm just gonna put a happy face by you. Okay. And Mr. Gray.
All right, my star has to be Zephyrin simply because he got me back up on my feet after I took that hit from the acid explosion.
after doing the sneak attack on one of those slimes. So my star definitely goes there for very selfish reasons. So,
I mean, you know, lawful good cleric. I gotta play the part.
Mm-hmm. And as far as wishes are concerned, now that he's found where there's possible other doors, he's just itching and wishing to try to open all those up just to see what kind of nice shiny things I might be able to find in there.
Rogue heaven.
Yeah.
Rogue's got a rogue.
Rogue's got a rogue.
It's a good thing I'm playing Zephyr's super naive, so he hasn't caught on to you yet.
Keyword is yet.
Keyword is yet. Well, as we get ready to finish session, we appreciate you guys joining and laughing at the shenanigans. We will be back on in 2 weeks from today on May 3rd, provided that no one gets sick. If you guys are looking at joining the group after we get done with the Dormant Excavation, we'd love to see a 5th player come and join. If you think that you're fit, feel free to DM me. Wednesdays, we've got my colleague Rory is running Age of Ash and Scale in his completely homebrew world, starting at 5 p.m. Central. But we're going to go ahead and raid into Jay, Mr. Lord Gazumba himself, and support his stream as he likes to try to support us. In fact, it looks like we're going to be raiding in as he's doing some type of giveaway. So we hope that you have a great rest of your Sunday, and if we look to see you soon. Okay, we're ending that. We have raided into Jay.